much more potential to flank and kill me.
Yeah, but if he comes from there, that means he should have went from here into your jungle, and that usually doesn't happen that often. Because like if let's say enemy jungler will always come out first of his jungle, right?
Yeah,
So let's say he is on blue here, and he sees you pushing in. You're in
yeah,
this spot here, so he sees you pushing in, and what thought process would he have? He would want to go from here all the way from behind you, or like something like this. But this is very, I don't think he should go for that, because the thing is, if he goes from here, then this space over here is empty, so you can start running towards it, okay?
yeah,
So usually he would try to cross you like this, because if we make a trajectory of your pathing after you see him, let's make, so this is the way that the jungler is gonna come from, right? And this is how
yeah,
he's gonna walk. And if you keep making those lines, and then you start running, you see how there is a point where you cross each other?
yeah,
He'll start like he'll block you or something, like he can damage you. Depends on what kind of champion is. He can even kick you. Let's say he is Lee Sin, he can kick you towards his teammate. So that's why he will not go for this one. Because let's see, if he comes from here, then his trajectory is gonna be like he's gonna be able to cross you somewhere here, right? While when you're here, you can see him coming, right? So you can start
yeah,
running towards here. Because if you see somebody coming from above you, you won't start running towards him, right?
no,
So he will be looking to gank you from here. And since this bush here is very far away, the other way that he can approach you there without you actually seeing him, if you have a ward here, because the ward that you should place usually when you're pushed in is this ward, somewhere here, not around the Baron pit, because let's say you place it here, right? If he jumps
no,
over from the plant over here, the bomb plant, you won't be able to see him, correct?
yeah,
Because your ward is far away. So what will happen is, if you have a ward here, you have a vision. You'll see him if he jumps over into the bush. You'll see him if he comes from here. You'll see him if he comes from here. So everything is warded, right?
yeah,
I mean, besides this here. Let me clear. So if we have a ward here, everything is checked. He cannot come from anywhere. So we don't have to worry about him ganking us. So the only other way for him to come from here is if he makes this long pathing, which nobody really goes for, right? Because
yeah,
he can be spotted by a ward here, because usually your mid laner can ward there. Your jungler can have a ward here, but usually junglers go Oracle, so maybe not, but your jungler can be in this side of the jungle. And if the enemy jungler gets caught here, your mid laner can rotate much easier, right?
yeah.
Because it's in your side of the map right now. So enemy jungle can get caught while trying to come to you. So usually they won't take this route, they would go for this one from here. This is gonna be their usual pathing, right?
Yeah. All right. But
So
you want me to ward like over there?
yeah, over here the ward is gonna provide you with everything you need, because it blocks this, like the plant jump, because you see him before he goes into the bush. You see him if he comes from here, and if he comes from here. So you block all this vision here with your ward. You can see it all.
Is it a war? Is it a normal warding trinket or is it a pink ward? Because I think that
It's a normal trinket, because usually if it's a control ward, everybody can see it here. While if it's a trinket, they won't really know unless
yeah,
they oracle. And for the control ward, you can have this one on here, because let's say you get, because if you're constantly pushing into the enemy, right, and um, eventually the tower, the wave crashes into the tower, right? And
yeah,
then the tower starts hitting the wave. So therefore, the enemy can now have the opportunity to push towards you, right?
yeah,
So if you have a control ward here, your jungler will know that there's no wards. So let's say when you're over here, maybe he can do a easier gank, because he knows there's no vision.
yeah.
So this is it pretty much. It's a trinket here, control ward there, and pretty much you have everything you need.
Okay, so like never. warding that bush over the first bush that
Yeah,
you
the first,
showed me.
it's not really about never, it's about in this situation. Like I told you that it really matters on what kind of situation you are. Because let's say if you are even or you're being pushed in, this ward here is actually doing a fantastic job because you have time to react. Uh,
Yeah.
while if you don't have, if you're pushing and you have it here, let's say you see the enemy from this range, right? Uh,
Yeah.
so he might catch you because the distance here might look big on the map, but it's not actually big. It's like a couple of steps and he's already on lane.
Yeah.
So it's good if you're not that deep in. It's good to use, I'm gonna like show you the situations. It's good to use, let's say if you're in this range here, or let's say when it's even in this range here. So this is like your two ranges that this ward is good for.
Okay.
Um, and like vice versa, if you are, just a second. If you are the blue guy here, let me show you. If you are the blue one, the blue top laner, this ward
Yeah.
here will not provide you the vision you want.
Okay.
So we will go again for the deep ward. Just like if you're pushing, you need a deep ward because otherwise you might get caught. You probably will get caught on ganks.
It
Um,
happens me a lot actually, so
yeah, I mean, it's just like probably the other thing though, let's say I can play mid for example and not ward for the first 5 minutes because it's very easy to know where the jungler is. If you have good tracking of the jungle, you don't really need that much wards. Okay, and
yeah.
tracking the jungler is actually not hard. I'm gonna show you right now. So let's say I am starting red buff. Okay, uh usually this is the time I think where the buffs spawn, right? It's at 128 or something, or like let's say 129, around that.
Yeah.
So I need to kill red. Let's say I'm doing a full clear, okay? I do red, I do raptors, I do Krugs. I mean, I do Krugs first, then raptors.
Yeah.
However, the time I will need for that side is usually 1 minute and 15 seconds. So that means when we combine those two, that's as a starting timer of the jungle spawner, and then 1 minute and 15 seconds as time to clear. We get the time of around uh, 2:43, right?
Yeah.
So around that time, no matter what jungler you are, around that time, it can be a little bit earlier, a little bit later. I mean, it depends on what jungler you're playing, but no matter what jungler you're playing, around this time is gonna be when you have cleared one of the sides. So if we take in consideration that one jungler needs 1 minute and 15 seconds to clear one side, when we know that he started red buff, we will be like at 2:43 around that time, around 2:45. Let's say 2:45. He will have cleared his side, right? Then he has time to either walk to his next jungle. Let's say it's gonna take like 10 seconds. So let's say at 3 minutes he'll be in his jungle, other parts of the jungle, or he'll look for a gank, right?
Yeah.
So let's say if he starts red buff, you're playing on top, you don't have to be worried because if he goes for gank, it's gonna be top or bot lane, like 90% of the time.
Yeah.
So then you can see him, and then something important that you wanna see is after he does the gank, see where he paths to. If he passed towards top lane, not from the river but towards here, that means he's gonna go for blue at least, right? Um, so then, you know, if he goes for another full clear, let's say you say you have 1 minute and 10 seconds again. So that means at 3 minutes, if he goes in, at around 4 minutes and 30 seconds, he'll be trying to gank top lane, right?
Yeah.
But let's say he does not take Gromp or Wolves. You know, he only takes blue, so let's say 20 seconds for that, and then 10 seconds to reach you. So at around 3 minutes and 30 or 40 seconds, he might come. So from 3:30, around that time, 3:30, to 4:30. So that's 1 minute in which you have to have either vision and keep pushing in or play safe. You understand? Because if he
Yeah.
overstays, he's losing tempo in his jungle. So he won't stay more than a minute or something like that on top lane. He'll either recall, go back to bot lane, because usually at around that time the Krugs will be respawned. So he'll go back. And then you have another like minute and a half or 2 minutes to prepare for his next rotation to top lane. Do you
Yeah.
understand this?
Yes. Yes.
So if you just play around his timers when he'll be on your side or when he will not be, you can play more aggressive, you can play more safe, and you don't really need that much wards. Like, let's say if you want to keep pushing though, you need a ward. But if you know that at around this time here, he can be top lane, you can just back off, right? Maybe
Yeah.
a little bit like, let's say he was gonna come 3:30. You say to yourself, okay, I have 30 seconds. At around 3 minutes, you say to yourself, I have 30 seconds. I'm gonna crash in the wave, right? So it can bounce back, and then I can play safe. I'm gonna play in the middle of the lane, right?
Yeah.
Uh, so it really depends on what you want to do. Let's say if the enemy is low HP or something, or you want to harass him under turret, you're gonna say to yourself, I want to keep pushing, right? But if you keep pushing without vision, you're gonna die to the gank, correct?
Yeah.
So that's why you would go here at, let's say, 325-ish, go place a ward there. You can see the jungler coming. If he comes, you can back off. If he does not come, you can keep pressuring the enemy top laner. Do you
Yeah.
understand it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So pretty much, if you know how to play around the jungle timers and have a little bit of proper vision, like warding is not some like very high uh, IQ play or something. There are not a lot of spots that you can ward on, so it's really easy to memorize. You just place one here, you keep pushing, it's easy. So if you place some good wards and like know where the jungler can be, you're gonna be almost unkillable to ganks.
Yeah. Okay.
Um, so yeah, this is pretty much about warding. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
Oh, no, no, no. I think I understand everything and the deep word and all of that stuff.
Okay, okay. Well, if you're ready, then we can start with the session. You can go into game and screen share.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna stop the screen share now, and I'm gonna start another recording. Okay.
So, what do you think about Jarvan top lane? Think it's good, bad, okay,
Uh,
or
I would consider it something average. It's not the best pick, for sure. It's not the worst pick though. So it's something like average. I think if you feel well on the champion, you can keep playing it.
okay, sure. Yeah, I think that I do best on Jarvan
Mhm.
top lane, please.
Well, you
That's
can
why I
keep
play
playing
it.
him in that case. Um, and the
And
good
for
thing
the
is like
runes,
for the runes, let me see what runes you're taking.
this game was the first or second game I tried Arcane Comet. I just want to try it. But
Uh,
normally I go Conqueror or
I'm
Grasp.
gonna
Depends.
um usually when there are a lot of tanks, Arcane Comet won't help. They have one tank as your top lane. They have another tank on support, and Graves with his passive can get very tanky. He can get a lot of magic resist and armor, or maybe only armor. I'm not sure, but he can get a lot of like he can get very tanky. So it's kind of two tanks and let's say a half, like off tank pretty much. So it's gonna be better for you if you go Conqueror, because you're gonna be able to deal with them much easier, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I would
I
say that in this game you should have gone for Conqueror instead. Uh,
I just find it pretty hard to get Conk fully stacked on Jarvan because he's if you
I mean,
play against the Darius or Riven, as long as they fight, they get stronger. But Jarvan, when he pops all of his abilities, he got nothing afterwards. That's why
I mean, if you go in with EQ, you get four stacks, and then the E gives you attack speed, so you can keep hitting, and you need three more hits for Conqueror proc.
yeah,
I don't know if W counts as a Conqueror proc, so if it does, it gives you two stacks again, so it might be even less. I'm not sure about the W because it does no damage. So I'm not 100% sure that it counts as a proc of the Conqueror. Uh,
Yeah.
but I mean, you can just like use your E attack speed to keep basic attacking them. Yeah, for sure you're not doing as much as let's say Darius. But I mean, in a situation where with like Cho'Gath, for example, there's no worries to keep hitting, right? You should be worried about keeping the hits going if you're playing, let's say, versus Darius, because he can stack passive on you if you keep hitting, right? Or let's say something like Yasuo, because he wins in those basic attack fights, right?
Yeah.
While let's say for a Cho'Gath, he without his E, his basic attacks don't hurt because he's a ability power champion, so you can go
Yeah.
Conqueror on him. It's just like in different matchups, you should go for different runes. So for
Yeah.
example, when you cannot go for basic attacks and stuff like that, you can go for Grasp or Comet if you think it's good. I haven't tested out Comet, so I don't know. I cannot say if it's bad or not. But if it's working fine, you can keep playing it. Um, However, if like I say again, if you cannot land basic attacks, going for Arcane or Grasp is your go-to basically. If you can land, there's no need to don't not going for Conqueror because it's kind of free, right? You can hit, you can stack it. This is gonna be much more useful than let's say a Comet because it has a the Comet has cooldown and everything. It does low damage. It doesn't do like as much as the Conqueror can impact, for example. And
Yeah.
it's dodgeable as well, which is not good. Like it can be dodged, so we cannot really count on it 100%.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean Conqueror is fine. Just you have to pick the matchup properly.
Okay.
I'm gonna speed up those moments where we're doing nothing, by the way. So uh, just in case you wonder. So first thing that we have to mention here is you don't want to be FK under turret. Because let's
Okay.
say your jungle wants to start topside, or even if he doesn't start topside, it's gonna be good if you are, let's say, here or here to just cover up. So, like, let's say if the enemy comes in, you can see him, so they don't take her red buff, for example. But if they just go in and they see no one, they can just force her red. The thing is, though, since you are not there, since you haven't placed any vision, she will not know that they are taking her red. So she will just walk to your red buff right now, and then have no red buff there. So if uh, that happens, she won't be able to go to his red neither, right? While if let's say she has vision on him, or on the red buff, or like the enemy taking it, or like you saw them coming, she can just go instantly to his red buff, right, and counter it.
Yeah.
While when you don't get any vision, she won't know. So this way, she can get tricked and like start without red buff, and the red buff is her main source. Like red and blue buff are her main source of experience early in the game, right? Because they give
Yeah.
a lot of experience, and this will put her on a disadvantage from like the bare start of the game, which is very very bad. Especially a jungler that's like mm, wanting level 3 to gank. Let's say she does not like, let's say she skips Gromp and goes for red buff. It will slow down her leveling up as well.
Yeah.
She won't get level 3 as fast. So yeah, this is something that you have to work on. It's very minimalistic, so I believe like if you just think about it, you can do it. It's nothing special.
Okay.
Okay, so first thing to mention, we know that the enemy, like as soon as we see Cho'Gath top lane not leashing and coming first, like enemy bot lane hasn't showed up yet, that means enemy bot lane is on the red buff, right? Helping Graves.
Yeah.
So we know Graves is on red buff, so that means at around 3 minutes into the game we can expect a gank top lane. So the thing is, you can be looking for a push now, but in this kind of in this moment right now, if you push too much, right now you want to be slow pushing. Because if you push too much and you somehow crash the wave into him, which is probably not gonna happen though, uh, you can get ganked in 3 minutes because you don't push fast enough to crash the first wave, right? To crash under like before 3 minutes into the game. So if you're gonna be crashing a wave, it's gonna be like 3 minutes or 3 minutes plus.
Yeah.
Does it sound logical?
Yeah, but so you think that in this situation I should just shove the lane as fast as possible?
No, no, no. Right now, if you shove the lane as fast as possible, next wave is already coming. It's tier 2 turret right now. So you won't get it no matter what you do. So I'm saying that you should try to either have it even here, or try to slow push it towards him. So you build more waves and more waves, and when there gets the point where uh, the next wave approaches and you have built waves before that, it will help you crush it faster, right? Because you have more minions to keep hitting it.
Yeah.
So I would say that you don't want to crush it, just slow pushing right now. And I think you're doing fine so far. I mean, you have 3 minions advantage, which is kind of... It's fine, so you can keep doing that. Uh, so right now it's going fine so far. You still, like, you know that the enemy jungler probably won't gank you yet. I don't know what the enemy jungler is. I don't see him anywhere on the map, right? We don't see him bot, we don't see him mid, yeah. Okay, so we just have to be aware at around 3 minutes if something is gonna happen. Like, let's say 2:45-ish, 2:50, you can start, like, looking for a ward. So right now, as we talked, you know, right now is this crucial moment where I told you when you're slow pushing, you have to crush the next wave, right? This is the moment. You have to start pushing as fast as you can while you still have that advantage. And like this ward here, like it doesn't really help you much because, like, let's say you put it in this bush. Okay, we admit that you put it in the bush. Okay, it's not that
Yeah.
bad, but you should put it on the edge. You push, like, you use it almost next to you
Yeah.
because it won't provide much vision. Like, you see how much vision it provides? It's to here. So like if Graves comes in and you're like, let's say here, you're 100% getting caught from that gank. Well, if
Yeah,
it's
sure.
placed here, the vision will be until like this point somewhere. Okay, somewhere here, like on this line.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now you should be crashing the wave in so you can put it under turret. But right now you're slowing up for some reason. I don't know why. You
Yeah, I
don't
don't know either.
you don't push as fast, and I just, because right now if you started pushing as fast as you could, like even like without going for a ward, even if you went for a ward, it's fine. If you started pushing as fast as you could be already like crashing the wave in. But right now, like, you won't be able to because next wave is gonna approach soon. Okay, here taking this was very risky. Now you wanna crash the wave and then look for a recall.
Okay.
Wow, Sejuani was here. Now, since she's not here, the bad thing is that, like, he has a bigger wave right now. The minions are gonna keep dying here, and if you try to go in, he can Q you, right?
Yeah.
So you wanted to, like, since Sejuani was coming, like, she was on your lane, basically, you wanted to keep hitting the wave. So we can try to crash it, and, like, let's say if he turns on you, Sejuani can come anytime, or, like, let's say Graves comes. So you wanted to crash it, and then look for a recall. When
Okay.
you try to recall or to roam or to go for any kind of vision, it's the best to crash in the wave first, because this way, since you already killed the wave, you're not gonna be missing on minions. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because let's say I have this wave right now, how, like, I have 6 minions to take, right? And I decide to go and gank mid lane, for example. If I go mid lane, my wave is upcoming, right? So they will start hitting the enemy wave, right? And therefore the enemy wave is gonna die to my wave, and I don't get any experience or gold.
Yeah.
Do you understand it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why we try to secure the wave before, like, doing anything out of the lane. Uh, But since you're low HP right now, it's not like, you see how scared you are to go in because you're very low. Like, you can die in a matter of a few seconds.
Yeah.
And this happened because, first of all, you took the tower shot. That was completely unnecessary. But the second thing is that you didn't crash the wave. You have never crashed the wave. Like, you build a slow push, which is fine. Like, building a slow push is completely okay. But then you have to crash it. But right now, what you actually do is, like, you build a slow push towards him, and when it's time to crash, you just stop hitting it for some reason. You let him push towards you now, which kind of makes almost no sense because you were lower HP. You made a lot of trades with him, right? So you can
Yeah.
push in, crash the wave as fast as you can, look for a recall, and you might not even want to use your teleport because you're gonna make it on time for the next wave. Alright? so this way you can have a TP for later or something. But right now, let's say you die or you want to recall, the wave is not gonna be set up properly, right? So you're probably gonna have to TP back to lane, and I'm pretty sure you're gonna TP back to lane. Right now, like, you don't contest the wave at all. You saw how you're just staying away from the wave because you're scared to not get all in. You're missing on a lot of CS right now. You see, like, you were having a lead on CS. I'm gonna show you this. Just a second. Let's go a minute backwards. You see, like, you're leading in CS right now.
Yeah.
You're pushing in the waves and everything. And I want to show you something. So, since that moment where you took that tower shot, yeah, it's here. So since 3 minutes and 3 seconds into the game, let's see how much minions you're gonna take for 1 minute, okay? Okay, so for the past 1 minute, you took 3 CS. And now you just take your fourth. And now let's rewind back and see how much Cho'Gath made since then. So we started 3 minutes. At 3 minutes, Cho'Gath is on 1 CS behind you. He's on 9 CS while you're on 10. At 4 minutes, he's now with a... Just a second. He's now with 20 CS. You're with 13. From 1 CS advantage, now you're on a 7 CS disadvantage. And 7 CS, if we... Let's say it's only casters. Let's imagine it's only casters. Well, probably it's only... it's not only casters, but let's say it's only casters. It's 14 gold per minion. So 7... like X14 is how much? It's 90, it's 90ish gold. It's 91 or something like that. So that's quite a lot. It's like almost 100 gold, right? So let's see. The difference in gold is right now at this moment it's almost 180 gold. And it's not only from the minions, he got an assist as well. That's something to consider it as well. But like the minions are the big like factor in the gold difference right now. The bad thing is though, your wave is in such a bad spot, he will keep out CSing you, as you can see here. So this whole thing started just because you didn't crush the wave earlier, and because you took the tower shot. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So this is something like to know. Right now, this recall you're doing is very good. Because like he's slow pushing to you, you have time to recall. That was fine, but unfortunately they come for a gank. And now you're gonna lose the wave, like some part of it, like three minions, and the cannon, like 3 minions with the cannon. So it's a big loss. Because losing cannon early game is not that bad because of the gold itself. Because like gold is like 45 or 50, I don't know. Something like that. It's not that big of a deal, but like the experience, I think it's like a 90 experience from that. And let's see the difference in your like he's almost level 6. Do you realize that? And you're like barely level 5. So he's leading with almost a whole level onto you, which is insanely big for that minute. Because you see, you haven't died on lane, you haven't done anything, but you're super behind. You're losing right now by 400 gold.
Holy shit, yeah.
And it just started all because like you didn't properly set up your waves earlier. And since you're low HP, what you should have done there, I'm gonna go back again. When the wave was like this, like let me show you. Right now he's from this moment past. If you didn't hit that minion right there, from that moment after, he would have started pushing towards you. Because let's say you go for a recall now, as what you should have done, because you're low HP and you're gonna, if you keep staying, you're gonna keep missing on CS, which is not favorable for you. We want to make the loss as small as possible. So let's say we go for a recall, and instead of like 400 or 600 gold loss, how you were actually going with, could be like 200 would be much better, right? 400, like 400 was compensated basically. So like we lose only 200, which is better for us. If in a situation you cannot make a advantage of, just make the disadvantage as small as possible. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So if you recall now, you're gonna miss some CS. I mean, right now, if you recall, it's gonna be bad because you're pushing towards him. But one, like couple of seconds backwards, when he started to gain the lead on you, because right now, let's see this. You have, let's not count that minion. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's 5 minions, and even this one is gonna stay for one more hit or something. This one was much healthier. It was around 200 HP. So even if you did not kill this minion right there, I mean, even if you, no, what am I saying? Even if we don't count this minion right here, if you recall now, he'll be there, right? He'll be pushing the wave while you will be away. So when the minions get to, because like if only like minion fights a minion, as you can see, the HP bar of this minion is on 13 HP, right?
Yeah.
But let's say a champion is there, you won't want last hit it at 13 HP because it's very coin flip, right? You might lose it. So let's say you're gonna last hit it on 60 HP, right?
Yeah.
So you do more damage to it, and since you kill it earlier, that means the minion that was hitting it will switch his target over to the next minion faster. So therefore, he will be pushing the wave faster, you understand?
Yeah.
So this way, if you leave right now, if you just go for a recall at this moment, you're gonna miss probably those 3 minions, but he will start pushing towards you. So by the time you come back to the lane, the wave will be somewhere here, and he will be slow pushing towards you. So his wave will be bigger, right? So you have the chance to like restart that bad like wave setup that you started. But since you're not doing it right now, you just stay on lane, and I'm gonna show you. Like, just watch what you're doing. You farm with E and Q only. You almost never go into melee range to the minions because you're scared to die, right?
Yeah.
So you see, you keep missing on minions, keep missing on minions, keep missing on minions. He eventually crushes you. Graves could come in, they could have dived you, right? So you could even die. And if you, like, right here, if you died with this big wave on, like, on your tower, if you died as well, you're missing the entire wave. And, like, if you died here, Cho'Gath gets level 6, you're still on level 4, the lane was completely lost, no matter what you do. Because you have such a big lead. And like, if he makes a bad mistake or something and throws, yeah, that's the only chance. But let's say if he plays better, I mean, like, a way that you cannot counter him as much, you will probably lose the lane because you're already on a 2-level disadvantage, right? And the gold disadvantage would be much bigger because right now it's how much? It's 400, like, it's almost 400, right?
Yeah.
It's 350 or something like that.
Yeah.
But if they manage to kill you, that's 350 gold more. It's 300 gold more. So that means if Cho'Gath got the kill, the disadvantage would be like 650, right?
Yeah.
And a 2-level disadvantage of like experience disadvantage, you would have never won that lane after that. Because like Cho'Gath level 6, he can like one-shot you from 300 HP, right? How much does it do? It does 318 right now. 17 right now. So he can like easily one-shot you, like, because right now you see how much HP you have. You have 700. Like, he can use 2 combos on you and then just jump you, and you're dead. Because he has loot and you don't, and you're gonna like be behind in level and everything. Because like right now he has 900 HP. I mean, his champion is healthier overall, but it's because also of the level. Because right now you see you were on 780, now you're 849. Let me just go back. Yeah, 774 to 849. So that's like, how much? It's like 80? No. Is it? No, like
70,
70.
80.
70, yeah. 70 HP is quite a big deal. That's a extra basic attack or something. So
Oh.
that's pretty important. And imagine if the difference was 2 levels, he would be like, let's say 150 HP more than you, right?
Yeah.
So you would never be able to win a fight. I want to go back a little bit to see what you did here. Okay, I like the idea that you're last hitting only, which is good. Can you tell me why you're doing it though? It's a good idea.
I wanted to like slow the lane so when he came back try to uh, trade with him. Yeah.
Mm. The thing is, yeah, you do this fine. The thing is, usually this is used because you have like two, three ways of preparing the way. Basically, you can be pushing, like we consider it like fast pushing, slow pushing here, so we don't talk about it. You can be freezing, or you can get pushed, right? And in your case, you could not get pushed because your wave was coming from your tower, so like there's no way you can get pushed, right? Unless you miss the entire wave, you don't last hit it or something, which is like no reason to do that. So we take out of consideration this option. So you have a freezing or pushing, right? If you're trying to freeze, enemy wave is gonna die from your wave, right?
Yeah.
But considering where you was here, and considering you're not strong enough to crash in the wave in a matter of seconds, by the time you crash it to his tower, his next wave would be there. He would be there, so he would catch the entire wave.
Yeah.
And that's the thing you should be looking for. You should be looking for uh to make him lose as much CS as you can, rather than like trying to trade with him. Because like you can win lane only by goat advantage, and the goat advantage can be in minions only, or like even if you don't have goat advantage, you can have experience advantage. You see,
Yeah.
which can be enough for you to like snowball the game. Uh, so you should be thinking about that because the trade is not 100% play, right? While the wave setup is 100% play because you're the only one controlling it. Cho'Gath is not there, so you're the only one actually implementing some damage to it, right?
Yeah.
So let's say like you could not go for the trade. If this was your main thought, it like would be bad because you couldn't like trade with him, right? Let's say he plays safer. But like if your main thought was to make him lose minions to your minions, then your like idea was very successful and like you did it properly.
Okay.
The thing is that you want to be understanding why you make certain plays, because in some situations, like it might be the best play, but since you don't know why you're usually doing it, you might like confuse yourself and like not do it, right? So it's very
Yeah.
important to know why you're doing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there something that you want to ask?
No. So in that situation, it was good for me to push the wave or slow push it.
Yeah, slow pushing. Because like when you're freezing a wave and the enemy is not there, it goes from a freeze to a slow push. Because as I told you, you're last hitting the minions. And since you're
Okay.
last hitting, the minions, like your minions are switching targets faster. So
Yeah.
therefore they can attack faster than the next minion. So therefore the entire wave dies faster. So it's a
Okay.
slow push. If the enemy
Yeah.
is there and he like last hits with you, then it's a freezing. Because
Okay.
the start, like the first couple of last hits, like let's say the first and the second last hit, it's considered freezing because the wave is not in a spot that you're fast pushing yet, right?
Yeah.
But if the enemy if he doesn't come soon and you keep last hitting, eventually start slow pushing. The only option I can give you about slow pushing, about freezing while the enemy is not there, because I told you like freezing is only done when he's there, but it's not actually true. It's You can freeze if he has minion advantage. I'm gonna show you with mid lane. It's very similar to top lane, but I'm gonna show you with mid lane real quick. Uh, just a second, I want to make it windowed real quick. So, do you see my epic pen here? No, actually, let's play it on top lane. You play top, so why not? So, if you want to freeze the wave here at this point, I'm gonna write you some ranges, basically.
Yeah.
If you want it frozen somewhere here, or like let's say even here, he must have 3 minions, 3 caster minions, okay? And you just sit here and block them. So next wave comes in, your next wave comes in, it starts hitting them. You're only last hitting, but next wave comes in, and eventually, like from you kill 2 of those minions, the wave gets like to 7 or to 8. Really depends on how fast you kill them. So your wave being on 6, they still have the advantage. So even if you last hit, those extra minions compensate for you hitting the minion, right? Do you
Yeah.
understand it?
Yeah.
Okay. Next thing to freeze it and in this area will be 2 minions. Okay?
Yeah.
You want 2 minions, but I mean uh yeah, like 2 minions, you have to tank them. You never let them. If you let them go, they go into your turret. So if you tank them, 2 minions over here, your wave comes, you start hitting them, next wave comes as well, and then you still have the same effect. And let's say for 1 minion, it should be somewhere in this gap. I'm not pretty sure about top lane, but should be like somewhere like this. So you should have one more extra minion. But you see, like it's much further than let's say 3 minions. Well, like 3 minions could be here, right? So you
Yeah.
see, it's a very big gap, but like you have less minions to work with. But in all those situations, you can set up a freeze. The hardest one is with the 1 minion, because you really have to place it on a proper spot. Otherwise, it's kind of hard.
Yeah. But so in which situations do you want to freeze?
I usually prefer the three minion situation because it's closer to my turret. I can go for more trades because he's very far from his turret, and also I'm almost immortal to ganks because I'm next to my turret.
Okay.
And he will probably lose the most minions because there are more minions here, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, usually that's it.
Yeah.
And do you understand why I tell you he'll lose more minions? Do you want me to break down that for you?
Oh, I think he will lose minions because he can't kill them on my turret.
No, 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 it's not because of that, but it's like, because let's imagine the situation with the 1 minion here, right? If you have 1 minion, the enemy wave comes 7 and yours is 6, right?
Yeah.
Let's say I'm not sure how much damage 1 minion does, but let's say it does 15 to a minion, right? So if we count this, I'm not gonna count it really quick, but let's say it's around how much? Um, let's say it's around 105. I think it's 105. Um, so 105 damage here. Um, wow. So that's 105 damage per second going towards your wave, right?
Yeah.
While you are doing 15 damage less, so that will be 90 damage, right?
Yeah.
So your minions are gonna be dying faster, correct?
Yeah.
But since you're there implementing damage, so like let's say you do like 50 to last hit a minion, you keep implementing damage to the wave. So eventually you're gonna still like happen to push towards him because the minion difference is very small, and the minion damage difference is like only 15. It's not that big, so your minions are not gonna be dying that fast, right?
Yeah.
While if you freeze it here with 3 minions, you will have like 6 minions coming in from here, 6 minions coming from here. Let's say you make it 9 minions or even 8, because 1 minion can die or something. It doesn't really matter. Let's say you make it 8 or 9, doesn't matter. Uh, it's like instead of 105, it will be 120, right? Or 135. You'll probably never get to tank 3 minions here, because it's kind of hard to like make them survive till their next wave comes. But let's say 120 is your usual main goal. Like that's the best you can get most of the time, right? And
Yeah.
so now when you compare the damage, it's 220 versus 90, right? So that's a 30 damage difference per second, correct?
Yeah.
So your the enemy wave will be, because like you don't last hit every second, right? You last hit in between some time, right? Because you
Yeah.
want the minions to go to low HP and then you last hit. You don't hit them constantly, while the enemy minions are going to be hitting constantly, right?
Yeah.
So therefore the damage difference is going to keep building and keep building. So the enemy wave is going to keep killing your minions, right?
Yeah.
And since there are more minions here, more damage comes into your minions, they will die faster. While with the 1 minion here, they won't die as fast. Do you understand why now, like, there's the chance he will lose more minions? Because by the time he comes, his lane could, like, his wave could already have killed your minions. Do you
Yeah.
understand that?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, like if you have any questions, just ask me so we can break it down. It's very important that you understand why you're doing certain plays.
Yeah.
Okay, right now you crash it in. You wanna crash the next wave. Look for a if like you can look for a right now. Why are you not pushing it though? Okay,
I don't know. I should have pushed it in.
Yeah, because right now since he TP'd back to lane, you got a kill, right? You see how much gold you have on you right now?
No.
If you have recode, you can use that gold, because right now he used his gold. You see the difference in items is now big.
Yeah.
He has a hextech revolver, that's a whole item right there. Well, you don't have, you have 2 long swords yet. So let's say a gank comes in, or you're even 1v1, he'll probably win it. So what you want to do is crash in the wave. Next wave is cannon. Cannon wave dies slower because the cannon has more minion. Has more. First of all, the cannon wave has extra minion, which is the cannon, and the cannon has 1.1k HP, as you can see right now.
Yeah.
So and also the damage input is higher on it. It's 46 damage. So therefore, the minions, like, because there are 3 melee minions, right? The entire waves are gonna focus those 3, like the blue wave is gonna focus red wave 3 minions, while red wave 3 like minions are gonna focus the blue 3 minions here, right?
Yeah.
So eventually after that, the next one to focus are the cannons, right? But they have like 1.1k HP, so they're gonna die much slower, correct?
Yeah.
So because it's time to focus the cannon instead right now, those minions behind it, those 3 casters right now, are staying safe, because your minions are hitting this one, and since it has more HP, it's gonna die slower. Therefore, you can come catch it, kill it, and then those 3 minions are not touched, like they're untouched because like they were focusing the cannon, right? So in most cases, if you recall before the cannon wave, you're getting those minions here, and you can even get some of the melee minions alive. You understand?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's very good to recall before cannon waves, as you don't lose that much minions. And since you had a very good start, you were pushing him hard. If you just kept pushing, like if you killed those 3 minions, you can go for an easy recall. You would have even more gold than you, like in you right now. You would have like 42 gold more, which it's
Yeah.
not a big deal. But like let's say you can buy a control ward, like, or something like that.
Yeah.
So you could have just pushed it in and then look back to recall, and then you come in with an item, right? So that's pretty good, because you're now using your gold into advantage, basically. So yeah, pretty much that's it about the situation. We're gonna continue now. Okay, you go for a fight. That's fine. Okay, okay. Now you crush it in, you look for a plate and then recall.
I tried to survive.
Yeah, well, I mean, right now, let me just check something. Oh yeah, you don't have any vision here right now. So
Oh.
I would say, because he's dead for 8. I didn't see you had no vision, so I didn't say anything. Uh, so he's dead for he was dead for like 8 seconds before we crashed into it. Right now he's on 5 seconds, right? But you already started pushing, so let's say let's go back like a couple of seconds. Okay, here you secure the wave. He's on 11 seconds right now. The wave is big enough, so if you just leave the lane for a while, you can like walk through here, put a ward over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and then the wave, right now, the wave is still gonna be up, right? Because you see, like, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 minions right now under his turret. He's dead. He has no TP, because you know he TP 12 minions, so you know he has no TP right now. So there's no way he can clear the wave right now. So you can go here. Next wave comes in, which is fine. You could have gone here, put a ward, try to secure the wave, take the plate, because like he has no TP, he will be walking to lane. So if you can take the wave fast, because your champion like has the Q and E and everything. So you can secure the wave, you can secure the plate, or vice versa. You can secure the plate first and then secure the wave. Doesn't matter. Then after that you can look for recall. If you see, however, Graves coming into you, and that's why I say securing the wave should be your prio than the plate, because the plate doesn't give experience, right? while the wave does. So let's say if he comes and you're forced to go back, you're gonna be missing the experience, correct?
Yeah.
While with the plate, you're gonna be only missing the gold. And like, let's say the difference in the gold between a wave and a plate were big, so you think it's more worthy, okay. But the difference is not big. Like, one plate is 160 gold, while one minion wave with the carousel minions like 3x14 is 42, and then you have 3x21, which is 63. You have 150 gold, 105 gold, I mean. So the difference is only 55 gold, right? But the experience difference is like insane, because from the plate you don't get anything, while from the wave you get around like 100 and plus, you know? So the difference in experience is enormous, right?
Yeah.
So that's why you secure the wave first, then the plate. So right now,
Okay.
you had time, you had space to jump in and like ward here. So if he comes in, you could have secured the wave, go back, it's fine. You have 6 more minutes, like, it's not 6, 7 minutes more to, no, what am I? No. It's 6 minutes, yeah, correct, it's 8 minutes. So at 14 minutes, the plates are expired, right? So you have like 5 minutes and 55 seconds at this point to secure the plate. So you don't have to rush it that much. Because after you recall, right now you're on like almost 2k gold, yeah. So you will be the one securing like the lead and everything right now, right? You're the one leading the lane because you have much more gold than he does. Or you're on a 700 gold advantage right now, right?
Yeah.
So you can recall, use those items, kill him again, or just crash in the wave. You can still get that plate. You're not gonna lose it. Do you understand me?
Yeah.
So yeah, you should have just like think about like the vision first. Like before you go deep, you want to have deep vision. Otherwise, you might die. Like in this case.
Yeah.
And the bad thing is that you died with a shutdown. The shutdown kind of brings back Graves into the game. Right now, since you don't have wards, you're looking to crash in the wave. Look to place a ward or something. Right now, you still don't place a ward. Now, after this wave, you should go and place a ward. Right now, you still don't place a ward. So yeah, basically, this is your problem, pretty much. One of your problems. Like, because
Yeah.
right now, Graves could have come like 50 times already. Because you don't see him anywhere on the map. He did not contest Drake. Like, right now you see him, so you can keep being aggro. You don't have to... Right now, do you think, like, if you were in the game right now, would you go and toward the bush? Or like, the river or something? Would you go and toward it right now?
Yes. In this, when I've talked to you and everything, I would.
Why though? Right now,
I
don't you...
would
Like,
word it.
the word is for about information, right?
Yeah, I'm very vulnerable in
Yeah,
this
but
situation.
in this situation though, but you know Graves is on mid.
Yeah. True.
So who can come right now? Like Leona and Misfortune were spotted on bot lane. You know Cho'Gath is just coming to lane because you killed him. And then you have the two missing targets, mid and jungle, on mid lane. So there's no one that can come, right? The
Yeah.
thing is, if you go for the... I mean, going for a ward is not like crucial or something. It's not something that you should be like ashamed of right now. It's not something big of a deal. But if you go place a ward right now, since you already know he's on mid, he will need like extra, like, let's say 15 seconds to come to your lane. But you already know that he can come, right? So those 15 seconds of your ward duration will be actually useless because you still, like, you know where he is. You don't need it, right?
Yeah.
So because there's some point where you don't have vision, right? You don't have trinkets up or something.
Yeah.
If you use them correctly right now, because like if you ward right now, the next 10-15 seconds of... Because I think the ward right now, let me see how much. Can I see how much it stays? I don't think I can.
Yeah.
Let's say it's 1 minute and 30 seconds. I believe that's how much it stays for.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think so.
so those 15 seconds after those out of those 1 minute and 30 will be useless. So you actually have a useful ward for 1 minute and 15 seconds, right? Because you already know he's on mid and he'll be there. Let's see right now. You see him here. So right now, like 8 seconds passed, and then let's say he need like 5-6 or like even 10 seconds to come to your lane. The thing is though, you saw him going to blue buff. Because
Yeah.
if he wanted to go top lane, he would not get, like, he would go for the river. He would not go from here to blue buff, right? And if you check right now, he's doing blue buff, correct?
Yeah.
So that means you will have another like 20 seconds at least until he shows up. And you already placed the ward, so we can show you how useless it actually is right now. You see, you just spot him now. It has been, he came like, how much seconds right now? You have 17 seconds of your ward being not useful. Or let's say like 15. Because like he just came, so yeah. So if you place it like, let's say 5 seconds later or like 10 seconds later, it could be much more useful because it's gonna stay for more time, in which like in that time you don't know where the graves is. Because right now you place this to know whether he's coming or not, but you already knew he was on mid and then he potted towards blue. So you know where he is. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the ward could be a little bit delayed, so you actually use it to its full potential. You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, exactly.
So I'm gonna like start now. If you have any questions, you can ask me.
I should have like waited for the word
Yeah.
when I come back. An example.
I mean, yeah, if you're playing to recall, you can just recall because like the thing is, if you know he's on your side, let's say he's top lane, right? And then you look for a recall, and let's say you recall actually, you have 30-40 seconds, like, cause you recall for 8 seconds, then let's say you walk for 15 seconds to lane. Let's not put it this way, like 23 seconds, around that time. You need that much time to come to lane, right?
Yeah.
So for those seconds, considering he already took his blue, he was making a mid gank. If he doesn't find a way to gank you on top, he has no reason to keep staying there, right? So he'll go back. So maybe he'll force Rift, he'll go for his Gromp, or he'll recall for the bot side. As right now, it's kind of cheating, but on replay you can see what he took already. So right now, if you look on the minimap, we can see his camps are still up, right?
Yeah.
His camps are untaken. So right now, if you were recalling at around this time, let's see, like he's doing Gromp. Let's see what he does next. Okay, he comes to gank you because you're over pushing right now, again without vision. But after the gank is complete, let's say you had vision or something, or he didn't kill you. Right now he will probably go for Rift Herald or recall. Okay, he walked to bot lane. The idea was that he goes to bot lane to clear those untaken camps, right? Because he has nothing to stay on top lane for.
Yeah.
You understand that? So
Yeah.
if you were not easy to gank, because I told you like if he cannot gank you, he has no reason to stay. But you were gankable at that time. And the thing is, you had no wards there, so you couldn't prevent it. Because staying in a gankable position is fine because like he comes and you waste his time. But if you know that he's coming, you can prevent dying from the gank, right?
Yeah.
So it becomes actually very useful because this way your team knows where he is. You lose his time, so he doesn't clear his camps that much. Maybe your jungler can take a Drake, can take his camps, or make a gank mid or bot lane because they know he's top. So you basically open a lot of situations around the map, and it's all worth it until you die. Because when you die, he gets the gold. That was his main goal, right? To get the gold from you. So everything is worth it until you die. So if you're gonna stay in a position where you can get ganked, just have vision on you. If the enemy jungler comes and wastes his time on top lane, it's completely okay. It's actually in your favor. But if you die, it's not worth anymore.
No.
Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're now gonna continue. Oh.
I've died this game. I've died 2 times to.
Yeah, it's only
it's
only to the jungler. Yeah.
The shutdown gold every time.
Yeah. And the bad thing is, right now this flash was unnecessary. It's my idea only. I don't like. Let's go back right now. I want to see how much gold you earned from the kill.
Yeah, but I agree on you on that one. I actually thought about it afterwards. The flash isn't necessary.
Yeah, I don't think it's worth. You got 140 gold. Do you think your flash is worth 140 gold?
No.
Yeah, not really, right? Because you can die, and right now, like your 5 kills, if you die, you're ahead in experience, so you give them a ton of experience when you die. You also give them full amount of gold, like you give them 300 gold, which is very big. Uh, so it's not really worth it, right? It's not good to do it. Um, so I think better secure yourself not giving 300 gold to the enemy than securing 140 gold to come into your pocket. You understand it?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think the flash was worthy there. Because he's 05. Like, let's say he was some fat guy that recently died. So you get, like, let's say 200 or 50, 300 gold, okay? It's not about the gold, but about the pressure that you take off their team. Or let's say he was Maokai. Let's say he was Malphite. Something that even if when it's behind, it can be useful, right? Because they can just jump into your team, right? While with Cho'Gath, if he tries to come in, they can just one-shot him. He's like the guy has like AP items only, and he hasn't even completed his first item yet. He has no boots. He cannot do anything, and
Yeah.
you don't even take any pressure out. You just give yourself 140 gold, which you can take in like one wave with a cannon minion.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it. It's like I'm gonna put it this way: would you flash for a cannon minion?
No.
Why would you go for a flash on Cho'Gath then? Like it's not worth it.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree.
Okay, right now, I mean, it's fine to rotate for Drakes. That's something you should look for. So the rotation was fine. Here, the fight was not though. When you see your teammates dying, uh, let's imagine a situation where your teammates are very low, okay? And you're fighting 3v3, but they're already low. You joined the fight late. Let's say if you start from the start, 3v3 you might win it because you're all full HP. But you come in when they're already low, so that means they're gonna be dying soon, and then you're left into a 1v3 situation or 1v2. Doesn't really matter how much people leave. Uh,
Yeah.
but the thing is, you're getting on a number disadvantage fight. Okay,
Yeah.
so in overall, you're losing the fight. And the thing is, you're in a even spot in the game, or like you had a advantage like 10 seconds ago. You were leading in gold. With such fights happening, you actually give them a chance to come back into the game or like take the lead of the game. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
So trading as, like I told you before, I don't know if you remember it, but I told you if you can, uh, if you cannot like make a disadvantage into advantage, at least try to make the disadvantage less, you know, like smaller. So you lose
Yeah.
less gold, for example, in this situation. So what I would recommend you, because right now you're probably dying, yeah, you just died. So that's a 3, 4, 2. And we don't even consider the Shogun because he's like giving melee minion gold. Uh, so it's 3 for 1.5 right now. Because he's giving like 140 gold, so that's a half a kill, right?
Yeah.
While you owe, because right now your AD carry was 4-4, your support was 1-4. Even if they don't give the full amount of gold, they probably give much more than Chogatu, because he's 1-5, right?
Yeah.
And therefore, the gold that you traded was not worth. So right now you're 2.29 what am I saying? 29.4k. I mean the enemy team to 29.3k right now. So you're now losing in gold.
Yeah.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
So it's not really worth for you, even if you didn't get the shutdown gold right there. Because I want to see. I'm not sure. Probably with the shutdown gold, it was worth to go for it. No, even with the shutdown gold, you're still on a 100 gold disadvantage right now.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. My mistake. You're now behind. Yeah, this was the moment here. So right now, you're on 600 gold disadvantage, right?
Yes.
Because you traded, and now when the skills comes in, What? Wait, let me see this. This is not correct. The information should not be like that. Like, you see, two... How can this guy... Right now, you're on 28k and 0.8. He's 1.5. How much gold did... What? Like, it shows that he gave 600 gold right now.
Yeah, I saw that.
No, 500 gold. I don't know how. Let me just check again. I want to see, like, it doesn't show how much because he died to a turret. Okay. Doesn't really matter though. You're still losing in 100 gold, right? Still,
Yeah.
you're on a disadvantage while you were leading, which is, yeah. But the thing is, the last kill here was kind of coin flip because he went in for you and he also dies with flash. I don't know if he died with flash on or not. Let me check real quick. Oh yeah, he had flash entire time. He could have flashed over. But the thing is, he could have run away, right? He could leave. So the thing is, now you're leaving to a how much? You could be behind by almost 500 gold, right?
Yeah.
Which is an insanely big amount. So you don't want to look for that. So you just want to be more trying to go for more high percentage plays. Like, let's say a high percentage play would be you securing a wave on top, or securing maybe tower on top, because right now, you know, Cho'Gath is here, right? So nobody's contesting top at this present moment. So if you go there and like fight the minions and like then try to take the tower, you will get around like 2 to 340 or 400 gold, right? Really depends on how much waves you take and then the tower itself. So you can get the amount of gold you got from that kill, maybe a little bit less, but without giving gold to their team. You understand? Because if we put it like this, you'll get 600 from this kill, but you give 300. So the if we do some like mathematics, the thing you get out of this is 300 gold because they get 300 as well. So you get 300. 300 for your team, like team gold. Uh, while if you go on top lane and you get 400 or 500, you get 100 less than you would get from Graves, right?
Yeah.
But since you're not giving anything to their team, it's actually 400 without any losses. So it's like complete 400 gold for your team. Because when you trade it, you actually get 300 advantage, right? Instead of 600. While when you get them without dying, you're taking the amount that you took because you're not losing anything. So in case it could be 400, it could be 500, it could be even 600. Depends on how much waste you take, you know. Because right now when you're fighting, you don't take any minions, right? So your gold income is gonna come from killing the enemy, correct? Yeah. So if you secured the wave without dying, you could have more. You could have made more gold for your team than you would if you just started this fight and like killed and then died. Because right now, do you saw what happened? Mid lane pushed in. You saw how there was 100 gold difference. Aniva just did what you should have done on top lane. Aniva went mid, got the wave, a cannon wave, so she was already 200 gold ahead, and then she got the tower. So right now her team is in a 800 gold lead. You see it?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much a evidence that and like proof that this actually works, and you can like see for yourself right now. So this was your safest play, no risks. Because imagine you died and Cho'Gath flashed away, right? You don't even secure that much of a lead right there. You're on a big loss. So yeah, it could be even worse. You're kind of lucky that the situation went this way, because it could be much worse than that, and then like the whole game could be kind of fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know why I flashed.
Yeah,
It was a
the
waste
biggest
of a
problems,
flash.
yeah, when you're going to die, you don't need to burn summoners, but we're gonna talk about the general problem. You're kind of looking at it in too big of a depth, because the idea was not why you flashed here, but why you got caught in first place.
Yeah.
The reason is you're pushing again without any vision.
Yeah.
Because you're red side, right? Yeah, let me just check. Yeah, red. So right now you see you have no vision again. Like all your dead, like you have 4 deaths, 3 of them to a gank. Like we consider this one a gank,
Yeah.
as well. 3 of them to a gank and 1 to a skirmish on bot lane, a fight on bot lane. So most of your
Yeah.
deaths are dying because like you're not watching, like you don't have any vision to watch your map. You understand? So if you
Yeah.
fix that, you could be with 1 death only right now. Do you realize it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you would be ahead in gold as well, because you could be going for much more aggressive plays and like secure more gold and secure more waves, secure more plays, you know, everything like that.
Yeah.
Where are you? You're still respawning. Okay. You managed to win this game, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know how... You're kinda going for a lot of risky plays.
Yeah.
Well, this is pretty much something to work on. I hope that you can do it. It's not something very bad. I mean, greeting is easily fixable. Like, you just want to be thinking about it properly. Like, you say to yourself, okay, I have no vision here. I know his teammates are there. Like, in this situation, you know his teammates are there because they were in mid like 1 minute, like 1 second ago, right?
Yeah.
So you tell to yourself, I know his teammates are there. I have no vision around me. I cannot fight this, right? So you won't jump in first place. Therefore, you won't be dying, and you might be like, I'm gonna miss gold like this and stuff like that. But what's the point on getting gold when you're giving the same amount of gold to the enemy team? You're just trading, and nothing happens. But the bad thing is, you just killed Leona in this fight, right?
Yeah. Leona
Let's
died.
say it was 300 for 300 gold, okay?
Yeah.
But tell me now, who is more valuable to, like, let's say Jinx didn't even die. Let's say it's 4v4. But tell me, who is more valuable in the game? You or Leona? You're more important, right?
Yeah.
You're the one
Of
doing
course.
damage, you can engage, you can kill someone. Leona can only support her team.
Yeah.
And Leona can be without, like, her team can be without Leona. Because they're the main source, she's just supporting. While
Yeah.
in your case, you are the part of the main source while your support is alive. So if if the main source is dead, the support has no one to support, right?
Yeah.
So taking their it's from now on we don't really talk about gold, like
Okay.
getting gold or something like that. We're now talking about importance of the kills you take, because right now they can, let's say, force a Baron or something because you're not there. They don't really need Leona for it. They can have Cho'Gath to tank it or whatever. They don't really need Leona, but your team
Yeah.
needs you because you're doing damage. You can tank, you can engage, you can do everything. So
Yeah.
you being dead and like killing Leona is just not worth it for you. She's much less important than you are to your team.
Yeah.
Okay, that was good here. Now we force Baron. Okay, okay, I like this one because you jumped in while they were not like together, so it was a fine engage. This was one of your good fights. Do you mind if I'm like speeding up this process when you're farming and like fights are not happening?
No, no. It's all on you. And if you wanna roast me, so and do it, I won't take it
No,
bad.
no, no. There's no reason to roast. Like,
I mean, it's no worries. Predicts and everything is
no, I
absolutely
mean
fine.
the idea of this is not to roast you something. I'm not here to be roasting you. I'm here to like help you understand why and like when you should be doing certain things. And I
Yeah.
hope like so far you're actually learning something. So
Yeah, I absolutely. The thing that you told me when I was 6 and 4 and 3 of the deaths were ganks, I could prevent them from being a death. That says a lot,
mhm.
actually.
Yeah, and like everything, like even early game wave management and stuff like that, it's gonna help you a lot. Like you might not even get in a situation where the enemy jungler can kill you. You can be very ahead, right? So you don't have to be
Yeah,
that worried about getting ganked or something. But really depends on how you play the game, because like every play in this game has a play coming after it, and it's based on the previous play, you know. Because like
yeah,
let's say, if I kill the enemy mid laner once, for example, or like top laner, that means I can kill him again, right? But if I haven't killed him in the first place, that might mean I won't be able to kill him at all, correct?
yeah,
Okay, so game was close to be ended here. Okay, you may I managed to catch her, which is good. Right now, though, I wonder what you're looking to do. Right now, you know they just took Drake, and warding there is not worth it. Right now,
yeah,
you don't have a trinket, right? So let's say they force Baron, and no one from your team decides to ward it. Sejuani, look at Sejuani right now. I'm pretty sure she'll stay around bot side right now. Did she take blue buff? Yeah, she took blue buff. Imagine now that they were actually doing Baron, uh, and they can do it without Leona. Like trust me, like Cho'Gath can tank it forever, and
yeah,
then ult it. So you don't have any vision on it right now, right? Uh,
yeah,
and like this ward is not very useful because first of all you have a ward over here. First thing. Second of all, you know that they take Drake. It shows like everyone that they just took Drake, right? So you know that they will be around this area because they just took it. So warding here, like we talked about it, warding is about information. We already know they're in the bot side river, right? So why would we need this ward? What are we taking out of it? Nothing, right? We're just gonna see them pass through it. Why does it matter? Like, let's say maybe the only logical thing of it you might think is, let's say you want to engage on Leona and like you can see if they're coming or not. You should not be looking for engage at first place because you know they're already near Drake, right?
yeah,
So this ward is kind of like not useful enough. While the Baron, like let's say you place a ward here or you place a ward here, you can prevent a Baron. Like, cause right now if they took Baron, the game is over, right? You cannot do anything. You're opened in mid. They can just open you in like bot lane as well with the Baron, and then you have two Barons coming on you because they will open. Like if they open you on bot lane, they get the inhibitor as well. So then you have two Baron minions going in. They cannot really open top lane because you already have like you have all the towers alive there, right? But they can
yeah,
open bot and mid. Mid is already opened, so only bot is left to be opened, right? And when they push you in with two Baron waves and their entire team there, and you have only one Nexus turret left, they can just close the game out, right?
yeah,
And let's just see something. The bad thing is they know Sejuani. Like they saw her even from here. They know your two teammates being there, right?
yeah,
And if I'm not mistaken, Diana died from Diana died somewhere here, right? Yeah,
yeah,
I believe she died. Yeah. So they even know she was dead, right? And they know you as well. So there's no one hidden from them. They can force it, right?
yeah,
And with one simple oracle right now, or even if they use this one, they don't even need to oracle, but they will probably oracle because like it's gonna be very obvious if they hit it. So if they oracle, they know you have no vision, they know where you are. It's a free baron for them, right?
yeah,
So it could be very bad for you, like go very bad for you, very quickly. But let's imagine the same situation, like they know everybody, but you have placed a ward over here, right? They're gonna start clearing it. When you see they're clearing it, you might like you might be wondering, okay, they're clearing it now. They might go for Baron, right? So
yeah,
you go check. You can use E over the wall. Sejuani will come in. You have a chance to steal it. Probably she won't steal it because she's 3 levels behind. But the thing is that you can have some chance to counterplay it, right? Well, right now we don't have anything because they could be forcing it. They could have already done it. And Cho'Gath ulting for 1k, kind of unsmiteable. from your team. So it could have been very bad if they went through that play, because the game would be already over. The thing is, whenever in a game where they have a lead, you're pushed in, that means they control most of the map. And also they recalled recently, right? Or they went back recently. You know they can come anytime, right? Because right now you're even in their side of the map. You are over here, which is in their side of the map right now. Your side of the map, like the map is split. The river is your like split thing. So you can see like this area here, this part of the map is their side.
Yeah.
This part of the map is your side.
Yeah.
Do you see where your teammates are right now?
Yeah.
It's over here. It's in their side of the map, right? Because you were... Oh. You were... Like, look at your E. You were here. You were next to the turret, right? So that's now in their side of the map. They're gonna come faster than your teammates will. And since Leona is tanky, you cannot one-shot her, right? So she can stay there, survive, prolong the fight, so her teammates can catch up to you and then kill you.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is something that you should focus on. You have to improve on that. Just like be cautious if they can come or not.
Decision making.
Yeah, it's mostly like that, and like you kind of go for a lot of fights. Like you look to be proactive. I believe you just want to be carrying your team, but this is not the way you're looking to be carrying.
Yeah.
Because I mean, yeah, it actually went good for you, right? But let's say they went back. Your teammate didn't manage to kill them for you.
Yeah.
Uh, it could have been very bad for you. Like you could have lost a yourself, like you're dying there, and then your team is on a disadvantage, and you being one of the strongest on your team, they can force Baron, right? Or
Yeah.
force a fight or something. Like, and imagine if your entire team died here, you're completely lost. Like you lose the game because
Yeah.
they have super minions coming. Uh, the wave was here on the mid, and as you can see, if when you die, you have a around 40 seconds timer, 45 seconds timer. With the wave being here, they already had a super minion. Probably it would die due to your team and their team fighting. So let's say this wave dies, but the wave is gonna be still here, right?
Yeah.
So they can just push in. Inhib can be taken like a couple seconds. You have one tower that's on 2.5k HP. There are gonna be 4 guys coming at you.
Yeah.
They just destroy your base in like a couple of seconds and you're dead. Like that's it. You just lose the game. If your team minted the fight here, you're lucky enough they actually won it. Even on a disadvantage, they played it better than the enemy team probably did. Yeah, like Misfortune got caught. Leona dies. Then they chase Graves down. Yeah, it was fine. But you don't have to count on your team. Like if you count on your teammates, there are gonna be situations that they let you down, right? And imagine
Yeah.
this was one of them, they would lose, and then you lose the entire game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just speed this up so we can see what's going on. You're gonna be doing Baron recently. Oh, okay, let me check this. Okay, that was a good engage. The thing is though, the Misfortune node is like very strong in such spaces. So you wanna be, if let's say you engaged on Cho'Gath and Leona, it would not be worth, okay? Because they're tanky, they would survive until like Misfortune comes. So if like if you jump on more squishy targets, let's say Grace in this case, and Anive got caught as well, it's fine, yeah. Just you have to pick the champions, because like you don't know where MF is, right? She can come anytime. So just be cautious about it. And yeah, this was a good fight, good engage right there. here. You have Baron, so it's kind of hard for them to like push you in and like destroy your base, which is very good. They get Soul here, right? Yeah. They got it already. Right now, going in. Did you see Misfortune when you went in? Because you had
Oh, I
vision
don't
of her.
know.
You probably did, yeah. If you did and engaged just because she was not there, very good decision making right there. Otherwise, it could be again a coin flip because it would be 5v5 and like Wood is very strong. But I believe you saw it because like you had 2 wars on her, so you probably saw she's not there. So going in was a good idea. Minion, no, what am I saying? Number advantage, is very big late game, and also minion, what am I saying minion all the time? Number advantage in champions, I mean, not in minions,
Okay.
is very useful early and late game. In mid game, number advantage can be like not that useful because like in mid game you can be weak. Let's say your champions are late game scaling or something like that. You're not strong enough, right? But late game, almost everyone is almost full built, right? And early game, even like let's say you have one guy with 2 kills on him. Let's say he has a red smite, like 650 gold upgrade. So he has red smite and let's say longsword, but he's versus 2 guys that have like let's say Doran's ring or something. But like the difference is not big in XP. Like let's say they're both like level 5 or level 6, right? He's gonna die in 1v2, right? There's no way he
Yeah.
wins it. So that's why like number advantage early game is very important and late game as so. Mid game it's not the it's still important, but it's not that big of a deal. While late and early it's like very like the breaking point. Like it decides whether you win or lose the fight. Let me rewatch it real quick. That was kind of risky right now. Because this way, because like you see, the enemy team has like champions in this in this spot here, right? In this area. You E over the wall into a area over here. Your team is on this side though. If the enemy champions, instead of coming for you and being dumb, if they go on your teammates instead, your teammates are dead, and without your teammates you cannot do anything. Your Jinx is your main power right now, right?
Yeah.
So imagine like enemy team just blocks them, one of them kills you, the other block them or like fight them, maybe they kill them. You just lose the entire fight, right? In case in other like in the other and like the better scenario in my opinion, you could have just jumped in here at this spot, so you can so your team can actually just instantly fight. They don't have to walk because right now enemy champions being here, they being here, and you going on a fight over here, they had to walk to come in range, right? And having enemy team there is even harder. Well, if you just jump on the enemy team over here, like that was standing over here, your team can just start raining them with damage, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I just thought that I would kill Fortune that situation.
Yeah, yeah, the thing is that like it could have gone badly. Because like your team, like right now Jinx is like very far ahead, right? Yeah, she's like full items and everything. And if we go back here, let me show you. If you go back here, I'm gonna show you right now. You see, you have 3 targets here that you can. First of all, your EQ would have hit, because your EQ firstly did not hit them, right? It hit nobody, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could have hit somebody with the EQ if you jumped in straight here. And also Misfortune was half HP, right? So if you just jumped in here, you block those people over here, Jinx just stomps them, And you also have Lulu with exhaust over here and E, so she can even shield you, so you last like you can tank more damage. You understand?
Yeah.
And if you ult like two of them, you don't even have to ult them all because it's gonna be kind of hard. But like if you ult two of them, she can just kill them very fast. She gets bonus movement speed. She has flash. She can just catch up to Miss Fortune and kill her, or maybe kill Anivia. So like securing those 3 kills first are gonna be much more important than killing one Miss Fortune, right?
Oh.
So I think it went well, yeah. But in some cases it might not go that well, and you might lose the fight. Do you understand?
Yeah, yeah, I do. Fortune upped her ultimate as well, and that's
Yeah, she has no ultimate. Yeah, you saw that earlier.
yeah.
So she's not that big of a deal right now. And I believe right here you end the game, right?
Mm,
Or they
yeah,
surrender? Or what? Yeah, you get Elder, then I think a fight coming in.
yeah.
It's gonna be very easy for you to close the game now with Elder. Yeah, you just stomp them and they surrender the game. Or, or you just end it, I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, if you have any questions, you can ask me now.
So what